Hi guys, for today we're just going to multiply a two-digit number with another two-digit number. So let's begin. So let's say we want to multiply 25 with 13. So our first step, we're just going to multiply our first digit with our first digit. So you'll have 2 times 1, and that will just give us a 2. Then we leave a space. And let's proceed right away with our last digit. So you'll have your last digit multiplied to your last digit. So 5 times 3, that will just give us a 15. But we're only going to write down your 5. And the 1 on our 15, we're just going to write it below our multiplication sign. Next step, we do the inner to our inner. So you'll have 5 times 1, that will just give us a 5. And we now have our outer multiplied to our outer digit. So 2 times 3, that will just give us an answer of 6. So let's add them up all together. So we now have 1 plus 5 plus 6. That will just give us a total of 12. So likewise, we write down our 2. And then for our 1, we write it on top of our 2 on our first digit. So let's add them up all together. 1 plus 2, that will just give us a 3. We bring down your 2, and we bring down your 5. So therefore, our final answer will just be 325. Easy, right? So let's try to have another example. So in this case, I want to multiply 46 multiplied to 47. So again, we multiply our first digit to our first digit. So 4 times 4, that will just give us an answer of 16, right? 6 times 7, that will just give us an answer of 42. So we skip a space or a digit in this case. And then for our 6 times 7, which is 42, we're just going to write down our 2 on our last number. And then we write down our 4 underneath our multiplication sign. Next step, we multiply our inner digit to our inner digit. So 6 times 4, that will just give us a 24. And a 4 times 7, that will just give us an answer of 28. That's for our outer multiplied to our outer. So this one will give us 4 plus 24 plus 28. That's going to give us a total of, 4 plus 4 plus 8 is going to give us a 6. We carry our 1. So 1 plus 2 plus 2. That will just give us an answer of 56. So again, this 56, we write down our 6 on our center number. And then our 5, we add it to our 16. So 16 plus 5, that will just give us a 21. We bring down our 6, and we also bring down our 2. So your final answer will just be 2,162. Easy, right? So let's try to have some more examples. So in this case, I'll just erase our first two examples. then let's try this one. So let's say we want to multiply 32 multiplied to 47. So how do we do this again? We multiply our first digit to our first digit. So that's going to give us 3 times 4. That will just give us an answer of 12. We leave a space. Next is we multiply our last digit to our last digit. And that will just give us 2 times 7. And that will just give us a 14. We write down our 4 on our end of our number. 1, 2, blank, and a 4. That 1, we place it underneath our multiplication sign. Next, we multiply our inner digit to our inner digit. 2 times 4, that will just give us an answer of 8. And our outer to our outer, 3 times 7, that will just give us an answer of 21. So let's add them up all together. We got 1 plus 8 plus 21, and that will just give us an answer of 30. So again, we place our 0 as our middle number. We place our 3 on top of our 12. So we add them up. 12 plus 3, that will just give us an answer of 15. And then we bring down our 0 and we bring down our 4. So our final answer will just be 1,504. Let's try another number. So will this work on bigger numbers? Yes, it does work on bigger numbers. So let's say we want to multiply 96 multiplied to 48. So again, 96 multiplied to 48. Let's begin right away. So first, we multiply our first digit to our first digit. 9 times 4, that will just give us an answer of 36. Next, we multiply our last digit to our last digit, and we leave a space. 6 times 8, that will just give us an answer of, yes, 48. So again, we write down our 4 on the very last part, and we bring down, or we write down our 4 just underneath our multiplication sign. And then we multiply our inner number to our inner number, or to our inner digit. So you have 6 times 4, that will just give us an answer of 24. And then for our 9 times 8, that will just give us an answer of 72. So let's add them up all together. 4 plus 24 plus 72, that will just give us 100. So how do we deal with a 3-digit answer to our middle number? So likewise, we write down our first 0 on the center, or on our missing space, and then the remaining 1 and 0, we write it on top of our 36. Then we add them together. So 10 plus 36, that will just give us a 46, and then we bring down our remaining numbers, our 0 and our 8, and that will just give us a final answer of 4,608. Easy, right? Let's try to have a one last example to do, let's try to do something that's a little bit more challenging. So what about if we multiply 97 multiplied to 58? So that's 97 multiplied to 58. So again, first step, 9 times 5. That's the first digit multiplied to your first digit. That will just give us an answer of 45. So that's going to be our first number. We leave a blank for our second number. Then let's proceed right away to our last digit multiplied to your last. 7 times 8. That will just give us an answer of 56. We write down our 6 as our last number, and for the 5, we bring it just underneath our multiplication sign. Then let's begin with the inner digit multiplied to the inner. 7 times 5, that will just give us a 35. And then for our outer digit multiply to our outer digit, that will just give us a 9 times 8, and that will just give us a 72. So if we add them up all together, 5 plus 35 plus 72, that will just give us a total answer of 112. So what do we do with our 112? We write your 2, okay, as the number on our middle number. So we write down your 2, and then for the remaining 11, we write it down on top of our 45. So 11 plus 45, that will just give us a 56. And then we bring down your 2 and your 6. So your final answer will just then be 5,626. Easy, right? Now, I know what you're thinking. This is somehow very, very similar when we try to multiply a binomial with another binomial. And we're technically doing this. If you've noticed, this is actually in relation to your FOIL. We have the FOIL method of multiplying a binomial to another binomial. You get your first, your outer, your inner, and your last. So again, thank you so much. If you were able to learn something from here today, if you'd like to share it out to your friends, to your fellow parents, to your fellow classmates, that would be great. Thank you. See you next time. Bye-bye.